Yellow, welcome to some various battles, whether it be your replays or some live MP battles, various denominations of battle.
Yes, and this time we've gone ourselves Chaos versus Chaos with two different flavors of Sorcerer Lord.
Flavors, good flavorings
Yes,
of Chaos Lord.
yes, and Willow is cutting off or what?
Yeah,
How
something going
else
on
will
with
we
my
learn?
something
How
going on
else
with
will
my
we
mic, I
learn
think.
Bretonia? Why isn't it loading faster, Willow? Oh no!
It's the first battle
But
of the
yeah,
game.
this is between me and Logic, the other Coas man.
Coas. He's a Coas main.
Eh, Actually, how else do we learn Bretonia other than losing to Bretonia? Alright, so what we have here, my army is a death sorcerer on a dragon.
They're okay. Which one is yours? It's
With
kind of be awkward to look at because there's no Chaos subfaction.
the one with the marauders.
These are the Marauders, yeah. And some Chosen. Wait,
Yeah,
do you both have
three
Death
units.
Sorcerers and Dragons? No, he's got Shadows.
No, he has shadows. Yeah, mine is a death sorcerer on a dragon with a exalted hero on a manticore with fury, the
Corn,
mark of
the
corn.
Mark of Corn, that's the one.
Yes. 3 units of like chaos, like chosen with great weapon, and then also 4 units of marauders, and 4 units of horse masters.
Horse Masters. Not just
Yes.
horsemen, horse masters.
Yes.
Other side, if we're looking at the other side, we
Yes.
also have 2 chosen with great weapons, along with 4 chaos warriors with great weapons. Chaos sorcerer with very similar kit there. Was that just coincidence that you
Yeah.
happen to bring like near identical things there?
Coincidental. It's more or less the same build, but different units in different places.
Mm-hmm. And instead of
Where I
horse masters,
spent,
he's got 3 throwing axes. So,
which yeah, that's going to. I was the chaos player who had a more skirmish, so
yeah, that
you'll.
usually helps win the engagement quite a bit.
Hmm. So I guess wanna watch
We'll
the
press
battle
play. Yeah,
go,
we'll go through it.
where we both have an equally powerful air force and limited
Yeah,
units
exactly,
able
equally.
to.
Although I think death magic would help a little bit more than shadow magic. What do you know? Enfeebling foe might help.
Enfeebling foe would help a
That's the
lot.
spirit leech would
Yes.
also help.
Yeah. But look at those marauders go.
Look at them go, pushing forward. They're going to get completely destroyed by the chaos warriors, but you have one more chosen than he does, which could help quite a bit.
Yeah. As you see it up there, it's 2 units of marauder horsemasters up against 3 throwing axes, and
You tried to breathe. You tried to breathe on the dragon there, did you?
yeah, it kind of hit him.
Kind
And
of. The
then
man that is coming in. Here you have the bonuses that they can't turn around and get like one hit because there's one attacking from one direction and one attacking from the other. That means that they can't hit the exalted hero while they're hitting the dragon. Although that means all the damage has been focused on the dragon right now.
yep, and you'll see
Big
the
old skirmish
horse.
blob over here. Although these are horse masters, so they're going to win in the end because they just have
They,
actually really decent melee stats compared to the
they not only
throwing
melee stats
axes.
but also 50 armor,
Yeah,
which
they don't have arm
means that
piercing melee attacks only
yeah,
on their
it
ranged.
pretty much nullifies all the weapon strength that marauder horsemen have.
Hmm.
And that was just only 2 of my horse masters, while my other horse masters are sitting there throwing javelins at the other guy.
You can just see how little damage that pendulum did to a unit chosen. It does not do as
Yeah.
much as you'd think it would do.
So that's how you play skirmish cav there. I was just trying to kite with them. Yeah, no, horse masters just, in most cases, horse masters can just run down other cavalry, other
Yeah, they can even
skirmishers.
beat wolves in melee. They're quite
Yeah,
useful in that regard.
you don't.
Especially if they're
Um,
Norscan ones because they get rage, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Which helps even more.
Yeah, if yeah, you do know, and then yeah, Forest Masters are there picking off the Manticore. He does have oh yeah, I used I think Blight Soul on
Soul
so
Blight.
that Soul
Other
Blight.
way around.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to stay away from the Manticore.
I'm trying to get that breath onto him, or to. I always think the Chaos Dragon's more of like a breath for killing infantry, but then again, you've got really any good places to use it on right now, apart from maybe this chosen blob that's forming here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the dragon doesn't have the best stats compared to the Manticore, but oh, he did get the hit
No,
on.
actually, the Sorcerer Lord does have 45 melee defense. It has way more melee defense.
Yeah,
than the
Exalted Hero has like 55 melee attack though, so you can overcome that.
Yeah, so it's fairly even. The only difference is one has way more armor piercing damage.
Now you're going to be able to shoot down the enemy lord as well though, because you've got
lots
range superiority.
Yeah,
which at the end of the day is going to help you in this point, because even just these two skirmishers, you could just run away from the Chosen and Chaos Warriors are great weapons and just shoot them. That's why it's really important to win the skirmish game in this fight.
Especially with something like Horse Masters who actually do have decent armor piercing.
Yeah.
Like I think have comparable armor piercing to like handgunners.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it, and they should do a bit more weapon strength, I think, actually.
Oh yeah, here comes up another breath on the Chosen, I believe. I'm playing.
Ooh, could be lining it up here. Yeah, if you get it on that little stack right there, that'll do way more damage than the pendulum would. Yeah, half of what their health was, but it's just melted that little sphere of them.
Yep.
Victory.
And that's gonna, and also with So yeah.
Most of the value would have been in those two flying things going on around.
Yeah.
From the skirmishers probably, because obviously the Chosen didn't quite get up to the value because there just wasn't much.
Oh yeah, I had three Horse Masters and a Horseman. Okay.
Oh, I see. You had one short.
The two units fighting the throwing X-Men were, I think, just Horse Masters. So.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, as Chaos, if you're ever in a mirror match, just bring more skirmish.
Just bring more. What is this? What is this?
What it? Oh, that was the. Sure, why not? Let's watch it.
What is this?
Do it.
I don't remember this. Oh, this is the free fall from yesterday. It's the free fall. This is the last Total War battle I fought in. Didn't realise. Yeah, here we can see my build. Actually, this would be a good time just to talk about this high elf build, actually. Because it's pretty meta.
Pretty cringe.
Pretty cringe meta army. And meanwhile, the Chaos Army is insanity.
Yeah, 5 Aspiring Champions.
It's a Vanguard thing.
Mass Vanguard army.
Yeah.
And a region having fun.
Disgusting.
What?
Impossible.
Breaking Bantam rules, what scum? Yes. You can't have 5 Aspiring Champions.
Actually, am I breaking Bantam? I don't think I am breaking Bantam rules. Am I breaking Bantam rules? I don't think so. I think this is a okay build. I might be. No, I'm pretty sure I'm at the 400 models count as well. I think it is Outer that's breaking it now, because he's got 5 horsemen, which is what I did in one of my tournament games. Because you're not allowed to have 5 of the same type of skirmishing, Kev.
Yeah, you know, it would be legal if he had one of the throwing X-Men. Yeah. Exactly.
No, it didn't. It said it wasn't responding, and then it started working. That was spooky. Alright, well, a quick look at my army. This is a pretty common high elf army you'll probably see. White lines are the optional part in this army. That I only had them here because I knew I was up against Lizardmen and Chaos, which obviously there's a lot of armor there. But the Sylvan Guard is pretty much a staple. Like, typically I think you just swap out the white lines with more Sylvan Guard and Spearmen. Some Lothern Sea Guard, they can cover their own in the back, so you don't really need to cover. And then you just have these 3 running around, doing whatever, wrecking everything. Teclis has the heals and the chain lightning, so we can do AoE stuff. Got a breath from the Sun Dragon, and then you've got the little spinny whirlwind that you can get from the Arcane Phoenix.
Yeah.
I won't go over the other armies, whether you can see this crazy Chaos army that ends up being spawned in this corner of the Vanguard deployment.
3 units of Hounds, 5 units of Vanguard.
Which I have to say, of all the things from to spawn behind, Lizardman is probably the strangest, because there's not much he's going to be able to flank into properly with this stuff. And he hasn't got like Axemen, he's got Horsemen.
Yeah.
And he hasn't got armor piercing infantry in the Aspiring Champions.
It's not like he's got horse masters or throwing axes that can actually do some serious damage.
No,
with
yeah.
weapons
He'd probably be better off
through.
flanking like Dark Elves or me.
But also, I think he was just banking on.
The
Oh
Vanguard
yeah,
to surprise.
yeah.
He does have to get rid of the Pterodons quite easily, those all that skirmish cav, but all he has for the immediate attack is just wolves. Just regular. Oh no, Chaos Warhands with. Oh yeah, I put a Chaos Lightning down here. A quick tip for free for alls is just bring a Vortex spell, wait for 2 of the other people to engage, and then pop a Vortex spell in between them, and then you'll hit both sides.
Yep.
The perfect situation for a Vortex spell because you don't care if you hit the other side.
Except it veered way
Yeah,
off.
it veered a little bit off there, but I also dropped the Flock of Doom here for even more value.
Tornado.
And also dropped the little Flame Tornado.
Yeah, fire, flame tornado.
Flame. Pterodon Riders, there's just way too much skirmish. You do not want to be flying these things near this much skirmish. There was just way too much skirmish here. There's like 5 units.
The aspiring champion's just chilling. I don't know
Yeah,
why
just
they're not engaging.
I think that it's weird how he comes in confirmation. He drops a burning head there just to clear away all that skink stuff. Actually, does end up going to his hound a bit there.
Yeah, I think the reason he's putting them in columns is so that they have more like collective mass, so they aren't super spread out, and where they're together and not fighting like 5 units at a time.
What is that? Is that a? Oh, it's a Dark Bolt? Something like that. From the Dark Elves there. Here I finally waddle my way over after passing through the forest. Oh, and the laser, engine of the gods as well. The laser coming down.
Jesus Christ.
That mass is just a mass of death. There is just everything that goes there just dies.
This is a goddamn meat grinder.
White lines of trace. If you take a look at the stats, they've got like 90 armor, 38 40 right now. They'll do really well against the Dread Spears, even with martial prowess or murderous mastery.
Oh. Yeah. Did they ever fix murderous mastery?
No, they never reworked it. So it's this all goes off.
Oh, another chain lightning.
Yeah, throw a chain lightning down onto those. They were meant to hit the blades of the Blood Queen, but never did. But thankfully, it ended up severing quite nicely. I think. Oh, actually, maybe not so nicely. Going into my own guys a little bit. Not the best chain lightning. Threw Techless into the idea here for me was that I threw Techless in here so that these would blob up, so that I could maybe get a good breath on them from the dragon. Or is
Is this where Techless dies?
No, maybe. I don't know. Oh, but I did get a really good vortex on that unit that walked right through it. It walked exactly into my vortex, and it killed. That just shows how much damage the vortex from the Arcane Phoenix can do. That one unit just got completely destroyed by that.
What about meanwhile at the blob?
Yeah, the blob of death over here is just a grind between single entities at this point. You have Tehenowin on his big old dinosaur, and he's got another big old dinosaur, and then you've got Shaggoth.
There's no way he can
Sigvald.
kill all of the aspiring champions.
No, and the Shaggoth as well. Can't kill that
so
either.
high. I don't know how he wins that.
The Dark Elves had a trio squad with Marathi, a Master, and a Death Hag here. They got thrown in. Although all of them have a physical resistance, apart from the... I know even the Master has physical resistance, so my Arcane Phoenix that does fire damage, does magic damage, had an advantage there, in that regard.
Because technically, the aspiring champion, you could always... you're effectively getting a unit of Chosen for twice the price when you do that.
Yeah.
The only difference is they have magic damage. And,
yeah, and not quite as much health.
No, I think they have much more health than...
It's just the models, is it?
Yeah. It's just the... yeah, you could buy 5 of them and that'll give you 60 models, and then... But each model has like 300 to 400 health each.
Here we see a failing of the Marathi pick is that she's not immune to psychology. So getting terrorized by a spooky pigeon and a dragon.
Yeah.
Just more death going on over here.
Jesus Christ, fucking...
Okay,
Laser
Phoenix
beams.
is flying around.
Laser beams don't kill aspiring champions, they're merely a inconvenience.
Loth and Sea Guards work pretty well as counter skirmishers because they have anti-large, so if they get charged they can put them back, and they can also get shields as well.
The other important thing is their silver goddamn shields.
Yeah, well these ones aren't, but you can bring silver shielded variant.
Yeah, but the silver shield variant that...
benefits while shooting somehow.
Yeah, it's like...
I feel like that should probably be like a specific... Like the Jezzails I get, because they're always having their shield in front of them.
Yeah, or...
But when you have your shield on your back, it doesn't really do as much.
Yeah, it's not like the fucking Genoese cross one where they just
No,
hammer that
yeah, where
shit
they
to the
hammer it
ground.
in and then fire.
Yeah.
Well, at least if they were going to do that, they should show it.
Yeah.
Pretty bad burning head going down here. But thankfully Silverguard have a magic resist, which does come in handy quite a bit because people just see spearmen, or I'll melt them with a low AP melee attack, or a magic
Yep.
attack even.
Pendulum is still a threat to Silverguard though.
Yeah, but it does reduce
And
it a little
another
bit. Burning
burning
head not so
head.
much, yeah. Because also
Wait,
these Silverguard
that's
have 75 armor
wait,
as well.
Willow, that was 2 burning heads in a row, while the other
Yeah,
burning head is still
I
there.
think it's because he has the scroll of recharge they use to fire it twice in a row. Oh no, he doesn't. How did he get that? Maybe when you overcast it can has a chance of resetting, doesn't it?
No, it's just lag.
It was just lag. Oh, nice.
Because remember the mentor session with Chaos where I managed to cast 2
Burning heads.
burning heads in 8 seconds?
Yeah, because it lags and crashes.
It was lagging so badly.
If you just want to throw 2 burning heads out in a row.
Yeah,
It's not
that was
cheating.
just my. It's not cheating.
Definitely not cheating. No, we just well actually it can't be planned for it, so it's kind of hard to call it cheating. It's accidental cheating.
Well, also on the flip side, the other person, it's lagging so badly that they can see it a mile away. So if they're getting hit by the spell, it's entirely their fault.
So many dead elves here. There's like enough elves here to fill the craft world.
Unfortunately, I don't think Willow will be able to win. Not unless he beats the rest of the skirmishes.
Yeah, there's the rest of the Chaos Army too. But the skirmishers are a bit low in ammo. There's also a bunch of chameleon skinks over here I never saw.
You know what would be a real dick move if he just told his entire army just to retreat?
Just run. Unfortunately, you can't actually do that free fall. I have tried that before. You can't.
Of course
but you can leave. You can concede, and that'll do it. But obviously, you give up your chance of winning then.
Yeah.
But if you know you're not going to win and you don't want to give your points to someone, then you can concede. If you want to be real mean.
Yeah. You really don't want someone else to win.
A bit of a skirmish going on here, but there's more single entities there, so it doesn't really matter that he's a Shaggoth. He's too low on health to be able to put up much of a fight. And I made sure to attack him when the rest of his skirmish cav was away because I know that's what's going to put the most damage into my dragon. Sylvan fighting Mirror Guard. I mean, Aspiring Champions. A lot of melee defense again. Not
a lot of
melee stats here. Not going to go great for the Sylvan Guard. But they just had to hold them in place for now. So yeah, all the Marauders just charge in here at this point, but Lost and Sea Guard are charge defense and also anti-large.
Well, there's still a lot of missiles. I think they're just going after something.
I think they're just trying to tie up.
The key thing with these Aspiring Champions, though, that would be quite frustrating, is the fact that there's so much health pool that using any sort of spell will not kill them reliably.
I think a breath would work alright. I mean, like a dragon breath.
But yeah. But
like you can see there, he throws a burning head on his own Aspiring Champion unit because he knows he's not going to take any damage from it. Also, look at those. When they have stand or die, they're at 92 melee defense.
Yeah, they are CAD.
Ain't going to get touched. I mean, Sigvald's at 108.
Yeah.
Really slippery. 108 melee defense. Oh, the Shaggoth does go down there.
Yeah, but he's getting good damage off though.
Atwa's got a lot of points, but I also have a fair amount of points.
I feel like he could have used the rest of the ammunition just to like trickle down some other units.
Yeah, you sort of just threw them in last minute there.
Yeah, like if it was completely out of ammo, then sure, yeah, fine.
Sigvald is a pretty fair match for these guys because they don't have that much armor, and the Phoenix and Teclis only have 50 armor.
Yeah. And
Sorcerer's still alive, popping off fireballs. My dragon's trying to whittle it down. Sigvald is getting a bit surrounded though. There's also this big blob of chameleon skinks over here. And more burning heads going down. There has to be like so many burning heads this game. I think it's like at least like 6 burning heads. And it goes into the Sylvan Guard as well. I do get, I think, a pretty good chain lightning on these guys here. Yeah, that does pretty nice damage. Oh, it even curves perfectly. It curves perfectly.
How does he not dodge that though? All he had to do was walk backwards.
It curved perfectly. Wow.
I think those skinks literally might win you that match.
Yeah, just those skink points. Because I mean, these are chameleon skinks, so they're worth like a ton of gold. combined.
600 a
Yeah,
pop.
there's 3 of them.
So that's 1800 right there.
Right there, in money.
And the player just didn't move.
Still more fireballs getting fired off though. He's firing at my Sun Dragon because I think the Arcane Phoenixes have a fire resistance, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only real single entity you can shoot at. For some reason the dragon does not have fire resistance. The fire-breathing dragon is susceptible to fire. Oh, and the dragon goes down as well. But you've seen this game that just the power of Teclis. Like he provides you Chain Lightnings, Flock of Doom, Earthbloods to heal everything, and then he's like a pretty decent melee combatant. And then he also causes terror on the Phoenix. He also has a ton of magic. He's a very powerful lord. Probably the best lord in the higher roster. Which really did change. Like before he got his Phoenix, he was not the best lord in the higher roster at all. But
He was just some dude that threw spells around and fucking died.
And then they gave him a magic pigeon.
And then he didn't die as fast.
Because he had the
like,
pigeon
wow.
to hide on.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like if Outer Region just used the rest of his ammunition, he probably could have won that.
Yeah, I was trying to like serpentine out to make sure I didn't get hit by the ammo, but look at the value on Teclis there, 5,224 value.
Jesus.
22,000 damage dealt.
How much value does the sorcerer have? The fire sorcerer that's
Fire sorcerer, 1,900. Despite all the spells being thrown. Oh, he did about half the damage as Teclis.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Probably just wasn't hitting the units he wanted to.
Well, remember, he can only hit not that valuable units unless it's a fireball. Fireball doesn't do that much damage.
Sigval got good value because he was fighting the entire time.
Yeah.
Good dragons. Basically all my values came from single entities. And,
how much value did the aspiring champions even get?
About like 400, 500 on average.
Okay, so that's about their cost.
But look at the skirmishers there. All the skirmishers, almost all of them got 1,000 in value. Just the base force, and he didn't even use all the ammo for them. Shaggoth got 3,000. Yeah, pretty good.
And the hounds didn't really do anything.
Who's up for a live battle, maybe?
I've got to go for now.
You got to go if he's like, okay. I'll continue it from here.
Alright. Good luck.
Goodbye. Is anyone out there that wants to play a live battle? I do have a couple more replays to look at. Otherwise, let me just go download them. Where were they left? In this chat. Replays. Or do I have pictures of Scarbrand? I mean, why don't I have pictures of Scarbrand on your desktop at all times? That's the real question. Scarbrand does not appreciate physical contact. Lycus, how you doing?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing alright, how are you doing?
Yeah, doing fine.
Good to hear.
So how did it go so far?
It's going alright. Psycho just left, so you're his takeover.
Oh, yes, I'm like perfectly timed.
Perfectly timed. I was just downloading 2 replays. Yeah, someone broke banner rules yesterday, but it was a Zerk hosted game, so no banner rules there.
Hey, so what's your plan? I haven't been listening, so
I have a couple more replays, and then I was going to see if any open up a lobby for some live battles. We could do 1v1's if you wanted. If there's no one else that wants to do
8 in ages, but if you don't mind.
Didn't you play like last week? I played that long ago as well.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
No, didn't you play Zerk stream?
I was gone last week.
Guess when you playing Zerk stream? Maybe I'm imagining things. Just need to. I'm trying to find the file. There it is. Roaming. The Creative Assembly. Replays, there they are. Oh, it's a TED replay as well. This will be good. This is where the fun begins.
Let's see how long you keep saying that.
Yeah. Well, everyone want to learn Bretonia. We got a Ted replay versus Alexis. Oh, this takes me back. An Alexis versus Ted game. That's like the first sessions we did. Was all that.
Really? I didn't remember
Why-
Alexis sending me any replays.
Why does he have why does he have Harkness executioners against Bretonia? Why? What is he gonna fight with them? Foot squires? Oh no. Okay, well what Alexis is doing is not what you do in this matchup. And what Ted's doing is also not what you do in this. Actually, no, no, it's not. I mean, when is what Ted does ever what you do in a certain matchup? He just does things.
When he fights against lowly armored units.
He's got triple chevron mounted yeoman as well. It's gonna be a long day. Gonna be a long old day.
It's like the start of Warhammer 2 when you brought this like Dark Elf army.
Was it? Did you ever
Like, he
bring
doesn't
this?
use any DLC units.
Oh wait, but
just the
even
base
then
game
you don't bring
units.
sword masters. You don't bring Harken executioners. You bring blackguard. That's just the play, isn't it? You bring like 3 units of blackguard, and then witch elves, and then watch as the knights rampage into your blackguard and die. Basically, just box most of the time.
Oh, that's your playstyle, of course.
So let's have a look at this. So of course, Ted has come with Albrecht the Bordelot. Probably about the 50th time you've seen him from Ted. He's brought 2 units of Grail Knights along with the low tier Grail Knights, which is just Knights of the Realm RR, Knights of the Lionhearted. Pretty much Grail Knights, they just don't get the physical resistance or the perfect vigor. But apart from that, they're basically the same with their magic attacks and anti-lance. Damsel of Life with the same 3 spells, Shield of Thorns, Earthblood, Regrowth, of course. Triple silver chevroned 2 units of those mounted yeomen with their 29 melee attack. Oh, and their 62 leadership. The infantry corps is 4 units of battle pilgrims, which can do. I sometimes I get torn when I'm fighting elves as Bretonia whether or not I bring men at arms and peasant mob or battle pilgrims, because battle pilgrims usually perform pretty well against like the elven front lines. What do you think, Lycus?
I would say go men at arms and bring the AOR version of the battle pilgrims, because it actually like deals good against dark elves. Probably.
Yeah, don't worry, been getting shot.
Magic damage.
Yeah, maybe against the dark elves I'd say that, but it's the other elves probably want to bring those. Triple peasant bowman because the efficiency of peasant bowman. Also, the Knights of Fleur de Lis, all the way over here on their own. I wonder if he's going to forget about those. We'll find out. At the front line of the Dark Elf army, headed by Alexis, is 2 units of Dread Spears on the flanks, Bleak Swords in the centre, Hargoneth Executioners, which is a strange choice in this matchup, considering it's the cavalry faction, not the infantry faction. And in the back line, 4 units of Dark Shards, 2 units of Spears, a Cold One Knight, and a Dark Riders with Shield. I'd imagine he didn't have enough money for 2 Cold One Knights. He also has Malekith and some Witch Elves. Malekith has Gaze of Malice, Soul Stealer, Word of Pain, and Stand Your Ground. And he's also riding, what's his thing called? It's not Spite. Spite is...
Velociraptor.
Is it just it hasn't got a name, or anything?
Nope, it doesn't have a name for.
No connection. Alright then. Who do you think's going to win this?
Lagging for me. I mean, let's face it, it's going to be Alexis.
Yeah, even with this build, probably going to be Alexis. But who knows? Maybe Ted will surprise. This is supposed to be a Bretonian favoured matchup, so I hear.
I mean, Bretonia is apparently favoured against every elf, but...
I mean, I think of all the elves, Dark Elves have it the easiest compared to other,
lots of armor piercing.
Wood Elves get completely smashed, and High Elves do about, okay. But Dark Elves have about the best chance of all of them. Because they actually have like a pretty decent armoured halberd unit that isn't overpriced.
And then again, you could just grind them down with Foot Fey and was that double
Foot
Paladin
Fey.
or something?
But this is Ted, so no Foot Fey for you. Over on this side, we see those triple chevron mounted yeomen being put to good use, running away like a true French knight. Although they might be able to get into those. No, they won't. No, they're gonna die.
They might win against like Dark Riders actually.
Yeah, I don't know why they are running actually. They're probably they have better stats. They win.
Yeah, but not if they take that much repeatables.
Yeah, that much damage already. They're already pretty low.
Oh, don't do this, Ted. No. Ah,
And looking at the balance of power, it looks like it's Bretonia favoured so far, even though he's only lost units.
I mean, it's the balance of power is usually a bit off. I've barely seen it like
It
directly.
says
in the
Ted's
game.
winning, so it is definitely a bit off.
So Lexus says, I was actually trolling, don't do this to Ted.
Don't do this to Ted.
I guess he refers to the replay.
Or you think this is
And
meta?
how it's-
This is not a meta
No, I
Dark
don't
Elf
think-
army, Alexis.
I guess you just... also, the stream is lagging for me, like I constantly need to reload it for some reason. I don't think it's your, I think it's actually my end.
If
Might
anybody
be
else is lagging, just say so in chat. But yeah, there goes the anti-infantry cav, getting completely destroyed in one hit. Meanwhile, Ted's army, he tries to drop Wrath of Manan. No, he doesn't. He cancelled it as it moved. Don't know if he did that intentionally or if he meant to cast it. That unit has been completely deleted. It literally is down to one model left, and he's still chasing it. Frontliner clashing. Witch Elves versus Battle Pilgrims. I think Battle Pilgrims might help a little bit there, but they'll still probably lose. Although the Peasant Bowmen are pretty good at doing damage to the Witch Elves, if they have no shield or missile resistance. Ted's cavalry corps going over here. As the cold ones try to counter. A Soul Stealer going down there is really a lot of value for the Dark Elves. Not to mention that the Grail Knights aren't armor piercing, so that is a problem. And now the Dread Spears are getting stuck in as well, and they have increased melee attack as well. It's just not looking good again for Ted. Not looking good for Ted. Although he has managed to get a unit of Grail Knights here into the flanks, it's now being focus fired by the Dark Shards. This is rough. Real rough for Ted. Not to mention he's had Word of Pain put on the Knights of the Lionhearted, so they're down to 1 melee attack. That certainly isn't going to help their chances. See, if Ted used Wrath of Manan here, that would be a really good Wrath of Manan, just right through this stuff that would kill like 2 units of spearmen. But he isn't. Whether or not it's because it's on recharge or he's simply forgetting, I don't know. Ted's caster's back here. He could use a spell right about here, and Earthblood would work pretty well here.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much over.
Oh, there's the Earthblood. Yeah, it was a very quick fight.
I think the stream is lagging for me. I'm not quite
Just
sure.
for you,
I have to constantly reload, so I don't know the chat. And I just tuned
Yeah, I
into
mean, there's
Zerg.
no one said anything in the chat.
Oh.
Zerg stream alright?
I would have to switch then.
Well, the battle's over, so there's not an awful lot to miss. A shameful display. Yeah, look at the dark. Just because the Dark Shots were allowed to fire, just gave them all the value they needed. Cold War Knights performed pretty well for their price. Nothing much really from Ted's side, unfortunately. Nothing much at all. One of the Battle Pilgrims did alright, which just shows that they're actually half decent against like Bleak Swords and Dread Spears. I think they might be fighting Witch Elves as well. Lagging for you as well, to say. Let's have a look, see. Anything I can do with my downloading something. Just in case I'll kill some tabs. Kill this as well. It should help a little bit.
Coming back, the Zerg stream worked for me.
Yeah, Alexis said there was a little bit of lag. We also have a 2v2 here from Alexis. Thank you for sending in the replays, Alexis. Something to look at. Oh, wait, what's this build? I don't think I want to thank you anymore. What is this build? Are you fighting Tomb Kings?
Oh,
guess it's a
2v2 on Troll
okay.
Country. Ugh.
Ugh. It's
If everyone not remembering, this map is like
very
really,
small.
really small. Like even a 1v1 here is small.
I don't think, is the map that small, or is it just the deployment areas are really like zoomed in as the map?
The deployment zones are fine. You can actually put 2 armies there, but
Yeah.
it's really, really close together.
Yeah, really
and
close. There's no space for any
yeah,
artillery.
on it, like
or
you won't
vanguard.
have flanking here. You will just run to each other, punch
Fight.
each other, and then one side will break.
Wait, is he telling me you like Fall of Man because it's a big map?
I like Full of Man because it is a huge, interesting terrain piece.
Huge,
Actually,
interesting terrain.
several terrain pieces.
Hawk Rider meme. They're so painful to play against them. I'm not laughing.
Alexis just likes to Lord Snipe, so.
Yeah, I bet he does. Well, let's have a look. There's a lot of green skins here. Let's just have a basic rundown of the armies and see what we're looking at. So we've got Grom. Grom is a very good choice these days. He's pretty strong because he's Grom for paunch. He hasn't got any of his items or abilities, so he's just a completely naked Grom. No specialness about him.
Really, really awful.
Yeah, because all of his stuff is what makes him really good. Like, he could be providing... He really does need his immunity psychology buff that he can give, because he can give them to stone trolls, and he's fighting a undead faction as well. So that immunity psychology from Fear and Terror would be really helpful. So pretty much whenever you bring... I don't think there's any time that you bring Grom that you don't want to bring his AoE buff that he gives constant immunity psychology while he's in melee.
Lucky Banner.
Yeah, and Lucky Banner is also really good.
It's an activative ability that gives 44% damage resistance and
40 melee attack? I think it's a full 40 melee attack, I think.
Yeah, it's disgustingly powerful.
Very good. I think it's
and it
enough.
costs 200. So there's no reason to not bring it.
Frontliner Gobbos, Savage Orcs in the back, Archers, I think 2 Special Skirmish Corps, Goblobber in the back. Alexis' army is just almost exclusively spears and bows, only like a unit of Dryads and so. He's got the unshielded Eternal Guard. You don't really need the shielded one too much, but you do run the risk that like Nekara warriors will be really good against these Eternal Guard because they don't have the there's good melee defense. Also has war
mass
dancers.
archers.
Yeah, he's got mass archers.
Tunking archers, really cheap.
Yeah, really
Can
cheap.
Then
Pretty similar to peasant mob in terms of cost efficiency. Hawkeyes with Drakira, 2 units of Glade Guard with Hagbane tips, and then covered by War Dancers with Azray spears. Has the Sisters of Twilight, pretty good sniping lord, and also has their heal with them, although they're on the eagle. So typically you bring even on the eagle it's pretty good, but usually you see it on the dragon. Branch Wraith with Shield of Thorns, Earthblood, and Pendulum, and then 2 units of Hawk Riders over there. The Tomb King army. Both Tomb King players are working in tandem by the looks of things, although they're the same colour, so that may be a bit hard to coordinate what's going on there. Skeletons all over the place, Nekara warriors, skeleton spearmen, some odd bits of sword infantry in the front, a Tomb Scorpion, Ushabti the Great Bow, Grand Hierophant Katep, and High Queen Khalida. So High Queen Khalida on foot as well, which is certainly not something you see ever, for good reason. Yeah, just a ton of skeletons, no real big constructs at all, apart from the Tomb Scorpion and the occasional Ushabti. Also has a Lich Priest of Death with Spirit Leech. And some carrion. See how this goes. Firing into goblins with the casket, be much better off firing into like Savage Orcs or these Orc Boar Boy Biggins, they'd be a good target. Anything that isn't goblins, like goblins' jobs, are to be shot at, so you really don't want to be shooting them. Hawk Riders are firing into carrion. A good use of their limited ammo, not. Skeleton Archers are advancing a bit too close to the front line right now. They should probably run back behind the spear line. Ushabti the Great Bow can be pretty good against these stone trolls, so there is a forest in the way which might hinder the amount of damage they can put out. Oh, that was a pretty good hit there. Onto those big guns and arrow boys. You Shabdis always have some pretty high damage output if they hit where they're supposed to be hitting. Real blobbed up mess of skeleton archers for some reason. Now Kara Horseman trying to get a flank on the around bit, but got caught by Aswai spears. Alexis is probably making a bit of a mistake here. The fact that he's put his Aswai spears here, he doesn't need to. These Kara Horsemen don't need to be engaged. They could just go straight for the archers, and there's nothing defending them. So should have kept those war dancers in the back. Pendulum going through, killing skellies. Constant archer fire for them. Lots of arrows on both sides, just like archers all over the place. There's still also this huge greenskin skirmish corps over on the left flank. Tomb Scorpion's been surrounded by stone trolls. He's really suffered a lot of damage from that.
Tomb Scorpions is so difficult to get value out of. Like,
Yeah.
they don't die to archers like any other big constructs, but like they don't do damage.
Yeah, they don't have the same that. Like, their only real use is like extremely blobbed up infantry, which is what you have a casket for.
I still remember them being like brought every game, but did they get nerfed or was it just
So, a lot of damage from the fanatic ability on the Tomb Guard there. Grom is also stuck in. You can get an item which has Sunder armor, which would have helped in a blob attack like this, but again, he's got none of those items on him. Which is also affecting the leadership of these guys. You'll see that all the Orc leadership is pretty low here because they're getting constant fear from the undead, which provides a, how much is it, -4, -6? Forget how much effect you can cover over here.
Yeah, Alexis points out, yeah, you never see
8.
Scorpions. Yeah.
Yeah, never see them. They just like die so much in melee, I think, was the problem, against other single entities or monstrous entities, as we just saw with the stone trolls.
Like, they don't have the mass to actually push to. Actually,
No.
he has cut tap on a casket. Interesting.
I mean, there's also Khalida on foot,
Yeah.
which
Like,
is less
yes, those
interesting.
guys were playing together, but
Yeah, it seems like it.
like apparently, if you're using Khalida on her, like you take off all the missile abilities and use her on her necro
Snake.
swing, necro snake,
Yeah, basically just
whatever
like
the
a
snake is called,
duelist based
and then you have like a cheap assassin. Like she
Mm.
doesn't cost much.
And she is surprisingly decent in melee. She's just a bit overpriced if you factor in any of her abilities.
So like the opposite.
Yeah.
Like the guy brought all abilities, and the Grom guy brought 0
Oh,
abilities.
is that all the abilities on there? Like Khalida, yeah. Meanwhile, Grom had none. And probably, despite being a spear infantry, Khalida would probably lose. Actually, I know she's a sword infantry. I could have sworn she was a spear infantry.
Yeah,
And
she
she just
wasn't
has a staff.
Cetra was anti-large.
Yeah, Khalida's halberd. Khalida just has a snake staff. Just doesn't count as a spear apparently. Rock a lot of fire coming into the Tomb Guard with halberds. Hawk Riders are still shooting at things. But now they're landing. Gonna save the Goblin Big Boss. Oh, he overcasted a Spirit Leech there. Overcasting Spirit Leech only increases its cast range. So that was a complete waste of an overcast. Could have just used a regular one.
It's
Let's
exactly
see.
one use when you want to overcast Spirit Leech, when you want to snipe escaping weapons teams.
Yeah,
Without
or
getting close.
artillery pieces of any kind.
I don't think artillery pieces are that good. I know it's really good against escaping weapons teams, but
But if you want to kill like the artillery piece before it even has a chance to fire, so you want to, like, I think it works well against like Queen Bess, or I'm not sure how well it does against a Hell Cannon crew. Probably not as well, because you want to route them off ideally.
I mean you can't load off Hell Cannon crews.
Yeah,
so.
that's the thing. I don't think, because I think the Hell Cannon has like a lot of health, the model itself.
The Hell Cannon has shitty, like not like no health at all.
No?
This is why there's always the joke that you can just snipe the Hell
It
Cannon.
always
really
seems to
easily
live
if
the
you shoot.
longest compared to like Queen Bess, which seems to die immediately.
Yeah, but Queen Bess is more the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason these eagles have armor piercing. I don't know why, because there's like no other eagle unit that has armor piercing, but in melee these guys do.
because they
Gotcha.
were absolutely useless in
So
CAP.
they just like give them armor piercing, sure.
You get
For some reason their missiles don't have armor piercing. Oh yeah, there's army losses there. Dead. How were the values looking? Did he get the values out of the meme eagles? Let's see. No. Not even at the sisters either. Branchface did okay with the pendulums. No standout values anywhere, I think. Yeah. Super Scorpion just didn't do anything. Unfortunately. Two very still, yeah, the two
yeah,
King.
but like, doesn't it really have an outstanding breadwinner in his army?
No, nothing too. It's like all very spread out. Even the Waywatchers didn't do as much as they should be doing, thanks to the ROR. Hagbane tips got more than they're worth, which is nice.
Are you referring to the War Dancers versus BSL axis? Sorry, I had to reload the stream again. He points out they actually melt heavy cap on rear chargers and they do really well
Hawk
against the
Riders,
Shefty
I think you're talking about Hawk Riders.
Ah, Hawk Riders, okay.
Yeah, because they have a pretty decent charge bonus and they have the high melee attack, high weapon strength even with armor piercing. You want to battle Lakers then? I'll host up a game and see if anybody wants to join. Anybody want to join?
Sure.
Before I have to rely on Lakers. Free to spectate a game between Lakers and somebody else. Any takers? Going once, going twice. The birdies, yeah, the Hawk Riders. What you said about that? Sold to me.
Yeah, I guess you have to lose again, Willow.
Gotta make sure I don't lose on stream.
Do you mean you don't lose
On
again on
record.
stream?
I lose again on that don't count.
That one does count.
It doesn't. No. I'll just go full meta then to ensure my complete victory. Any map preference?
Boring.
Which is the Bleak Coast Isle with the competent map? Is it south yet? That's the one. What should I go? What are you gonna go?
I'm already selecting my faction.
Oh, are you going coast, are you?
Sure.
I'll go Betonia.
Okay, I should cast an annoying game soon.
And I will show everyone how to play Betonia because Ted isn't here.
Let's actually try this one out.
That's concerning. We'll better put unit caps on.
No. My 2 queen bears.
No, actually, no, you don't. That would be illegal. This looks good. Ready? Let us go. You're not ready, are you? I wonder.
Yeah.
Probably bringing Noctis, aren't you?
Maybe.
Noctis has a anti-large armor-piercing stick. Bretonians are large and armored. It makes sense. Also, I don't think Luther's very good in this matchup.
What do you think?
Luther's not very good in this matchup.
Yeah, because archers, like
Yeah,
bots.
archers and
Bots.
also Leon Kerr actually I think wins on both Pegasus and Deathclaw. Or not Deathclaw. Bequeath. Is it Bequeath? No, that's Leon Kerr.
Beaqueath is
Isn't that
Luan Leoncoeur and Beaqueath.
Who's his Albrecht thing called? I thought that was
Albrecht
Beaqueath.
doesn't have a name, I think. Where's Ted when you need him?
Yeah, Ted, lore expert, quick, chop chop. I now know that the horse of Reponse is Solomon after the quiz. I know that off the top of my head.
Didn't know this before. God damn it.
Yeah, it's because it was on the quiz that did the trivia quiz.
It's basic knowledge of Warhammer. Will
Yeah, basic knowledge. Also, what's Wulfric's horse's name?
It's called Wolfric.
No, Wulfric's horse name. What's it called?
Yeah, it's Wolfric.
No, it isn't.
It's Wolfric on Wolfric.
Wulfric on Wulfric. No, it was actually a trick question. It doesn't have a name. It's just Norskin Warhorse. It was a trick by Zerk. It was very clever.
Hell, like they just got 10 messages.
So popular. Do you just have notifications on for Left 4 Dead chat? No, there's notifications.
You finally loaded in, Willow.
Sorry, I'm trying to stream at the same time. Also, I was all tapped. So.
In her service.
So's a lady.
Infantry!
The lady's blessing is lost.
Shields! Aye!
What are the rules on corner camping?
Ready for battle!
We're playing with animals.
Aye! We serve our
think-
liege!
Maybe not.
Peasant bowmen!
Peasant bowman.
Ready to loose!
There's a hint of what you're gonna say.
We serve the king! Ready for orders! Peasant bowmen!
Do you gonna spectate any of the Solaris game tomorrow? You're gonna be there.
Archers! Aye!
I'm gonna be there.
You'll be there.
I don't know how long I'll be there, but
You will be there.
We serve the lady! Knights of the realm! Awaiting orders!
We're fighting the war in heaven right now, so
Knights
that's fun.
of the
Interesting.
realm! Ready for battle!
could be jumping in as one of the fallen empires then.
Ready for
Oh,
battle.
I mean, both of them are actually really close to dying, so. Except for one of them has their navies bugged out and just aren't moving them.
I am the fate.
So maybe you could help them out there.
So which one
I
has
serve her.
BBT?
You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Fairy Enchantress.
You're just gonna lob yourself into that little gap there with your mortar and your bloody reader depth guard and Count Noctis.
Post haste! Moving a base! At once! With haste! Immediately!
Ever ready.
It's gonna be a long old walk. Also, you have to be advancing.
No, I don't
You
have the
do.
artillery advantage. So, you're checking the trees, Will. You don't trust me.
No, and the
Like,
fact that you're noticing that probably means that you do have something over here.
I really think you should trust me more.
I don't think I should. Trust has to be mutual. You definitely don't trust
Yes,
me.
I trust you. I'm not. Do you see me checking the trees?
Well, no, because I got one to Vanguard to play Mounted Yeoman. Do I look like Ted? Got triple gold chevron Mounted Yeoman in the trees.
I'm not dumb, man.
If you don't have any hounds, how do you expect to kill all my archers?
Maybe you have some more mortars hidden somewhere.
Hidden mortars. Can you even hide mortars?
Yes.
I think you
I think
can.
you can actually hide them in
No,
trees.
no, artillery, and I think you can hide artillery, can you?
I mean, if you put them somewhere where you don't see them, then sure I can hide
No,
them.
I guess behind like a mountain, yeah. theoretically.
Honor her.
So let's have a
Be
quick look at
quick.
what armor you've got here. You've got the depth guard pole arms. You've got a bloody view the depth guard. You've got 2 gunnery whites. You really like that, don't you? The 2 gunnery white strap.
No, I don't like that, but it's the way to play Coast.
You also have 2 scab scrates. Why did you bring the grenade on one of them? Can't go for
Because
it.
I actually want to try see what it does.
It doesn't do anything. You'll be sad to hear. Especially against like
Ye-
men at arms.
What
Yeah, but it
orders?
slows down your cavalry.
I
And
guess.
also,
yeah,
damn it. Why did you like?
Oh, you did
like
have a unit
before,
hands,
how-
didn't you?
Yeah, of course I have hounds.
Of
Like,
course. Just needed to. It was just a
Except
matter
I-
of where.
I'm not dumb. I didn't hide them behind you. I knew you would check it.
Would you not trust me? You didn't trust me.
Holy shit, the mod was so inaccurate. So,
Yeah, at this range it will be. And well, we should have. We can't give it. Oh no, you don't have the accuracy
I was
buff.
aiming at the front line, but I actually hit the archers in the back. Holy shit.
You're aiming for the front line, for the men at arms.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
the other
the
ones were
men
not
at
in
arms.
range at the time.
Oh, I see. Just wanted the first volley off.
At once!
Sorceress.
Swiftly! Hastily! Take the ground!
Bretogne.
Get out! We serve the king! Shift it! Shields high! Die, fiends!
At once.
As you say, we obey! At once! Swiftly! Immediately! Hail! At speed! With haste! At speed! Ever faithful!
Awaken my vengeful brothers.
Orders, my lord! For the king! On to glory! Trample them! For Bretonia! Peasant bowmen!
No, my pal.
Ready for orders!
Yeah, that's not what you should do.
Winds of magic, rise.
Battle ready! Moving apace! We serve our lead! Withdraw! Immediately! Peasant bowmen! God help us!
Quickly. Datator, I invoke thee.
Hastily! Quick now!
Apace. Destroy them. Send them below.
Quick now! For the king! For the lady! Legate! Doing our duty!
Enchantress. Lakai Scython.
Quick march! Yes, my lord! We obey! Quick march!
For our lands.
Why is he not casting? He's in
Get out
range.
of here!
We're getting thrown around the place.
Shields! Oi!
Yeah, I'm being annoyed that Nautilus isn't casting even though it tells me he's in range.
Damn zombie summons.
Moving at pace! Paladin of Bretonia!
So, both, why did both summons are used from the Scab's Grace?
Battle ready!
What?
I used one summon earlier, one Scab's Grace earlier, but somehow both summons are on cooldown.
Hmm?
To war!
Yeah, it might have lagged out and not cast. That happens in those abilities as well.
Knights of
With
Bretonia!
the cast time.
We are ready! Run them through!
Ah non.
Knights of the realm! Peasant bowmen!
And time losses. Oh, GG. I think that just was the archer spam that won that mostly.
Yeah, that's usually how you win this game.
Yeah, you need to bring like 3 mortars
spam.
just for archers. Take a look at some of the values. Faye obviously didn't do an awful lot. One of the paladins did good. Men at arms did men at arms, but yeah, all the archers got like all but one of them got like around 800 in value, which is double what they're worth because they're only 400 in cost. So I think I just got all that value from those, and some of the nicer ones did pretty good. Noctilus did alright. I think some of his shots didn't like it went over the hill because of how the hill was cresting. They just went straight over it. Gunnery Whites did a alright amount. Zombies doing zombie things, although one of them got some alright value. Depth Guard didn't do great. One of them did alright, but the other one not so much. And the Hounds got caught up as well, and the Mortar got killed quite quickly. Another one?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Any map preference? Name a map.
We pick the map first, and then we pick the factions.
Yeah,
So you don't like pick one with a hill again.
I know, but say a map.
I think the Essence of Chaos is like the rush map.
Why you want to play?
Oh no, don't Veruca
No,
Isles.
I just clicked on this one because the STKS.
I mean, it's a really, really close map, but why not?
Why not? What faction for the rush map? Do you want to pick on 3?
Yeah, sure.
3, 2, 1, pick. Oh dear, why would you go? It was a rush map. Why would you go get all you've got a counter build, have you? Do I have a build saved for this? I think I do. Do I have one? I thought I swore I had one.
Actually, what's the other build?
I think I have it saved. What should I work with? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I think this. And with this. This. And this. Van Hale's Dance Macabre. Dance. This seems good. Ready?
Ready for ages.
Ages is an exaggeration. What was the date that the DLC comes out again? I think it's 2 weeks, 3
14th
weeks?
of July, I think.
3 weeks then. Cool. And we'll have new Beastmen units. Anything you're looking forward to in that update? Anything?
No.
You don't like either Beastmen or
Nothing
Lizardmen?
at all.
I know you don't
No.
like Lizardmen, I wasn't sure about Beastmen. I mean, you're a pig, you have to play Beastmen. It's closer than Skaven.
I mean, I played them in Warhammer 1, but I just never picked them up in 2, so I don't care.
And if they get anything cool, like
I'm not you, I don't
Cool.
pick my factions based on what's meta.
well, based
so-
on what's cool. No, just pick the lame
No,
fact.
you
Well,
pick
you
them
play
based on what's meta,
Skaven.
you don't pick
You
them
play
based on what's
Skaven.
Yeah, and they're not meta. Like,
Uh
demons are
huh.
not nearly as powerful as,
As
like,
what?
you switch your factions based on, like,
I
what
just.
or what.
Which ones did I switch to? I only played the
You
undead ones.
switched greenskins,
I like.
and you
I
switched
did never
Vampire
never
Coast.
played
You switched
Greenskins as a
off
main.
Coast.
Someone help me. Back me up.
You switched off coast when they got the nerf.
I know, but I still play undead factions because I like undead factions. I wonder, is this a Skaven bot? Am I going to see a Skaven bot?
Vampire Lord.
Uh-huh. Skaven box?
The summoning
You'll find out.
Corpse cart. White King.
I'm ready. What's the model count? Oh, that's quite a big box you have there. I didn't think it's a box with those troop numbers.
It's a moving box. Ha!
It's a
got you there.
moving. It's more of like a. What shape is that? Wouldn't call
It's
it a box.
actually quite boxy. Like,
Pit fighters over there. They meant to be over there?
damn it, no.
Hmm. Unfortunate.
Maybe try.
Okay, they died a lot quicker than I thought they would on the charge.
With haste. Swiftly, with haste. Lord and laughter. Hunt feast swiftly. With haste. Swiftly. With haste. Swiftly.
How you doing, Lycus?
Undead Ascendant. Vampire Lord.
The double chieftain is very annoying.
Yes. Swiftly. Corpse cat. Empire Lord. Beautiful decay. With haste.
Oh shit, I didn't see that.
Why did he land? Why did he land it?
Swiftly.
I didn't tell him to land.
I am dead.
Stay in here.
Give them death.
No, his attack animations. I can't hit him.
Rip their souls out.
Just die.
Nothing challenges me.
I hate losing due to misplays.
Yeah, but how else are you supposed to lose?
Yeah, but
Lag.
I hate losing because I lost my units and forgot that they were there.
Oh, you left your rank because you.
Yeah, and something else.
What happened? Do you want to share with the class?
No.
This is an improvement session, so anyway. Didn't get much value of my scab's grace, so I expected you to have some plague marks, but there were none.
Plague marks just like they're not like what are they supposed to kill? Like they don't deal very well with cripples. Like just
Sensitive
like
errors, I mean like the
reasonable
bite
value.
scabs, because of the immunity psychology
Yes, but
buff.
like
Yeah,
they
good
just
values
get
from your
killed.
chieftains there, because you used them quite well. I would say like go Throt in this matchup, but then
Nope.
you don't have any
Nope.
caster.
No. No.
No.
He just gets killed by the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Like
Hmm.
he gets killed by any of the lords.
But
There's
all
no
the
point.
Skaven lords get killed by all the vampire lords pretty much.
Yes, but like this is like you bring Blood Knights absolutely delete Throt. There's no contest.
No, even
can't-
Hexrace do that as well.
Yeah, but you can't go with Throt. Like you need like the Storm Vermin summon because that absolutely deletes like any of the cavalry that vampire cons can bring. And yes, they can bring like the single entries, which are just like Vargulfs, so just garbage.
And one of your storm vermin units
It's-
actually got value.
Yeah, the Storm Vermin did good. Like the Storm Vermin did what they were supposed to do.
A
like,
regular
one good,
storm vermin unit got more value than the council guard. Unbelievable.
yeah, because Consort Guard get nuked by the Blood
Yeah,
Dragon.
breath.
Breath
Dragon
attack,
breath,
even though I
it's way
told
better
them
dragon.
to move.
One more. Best of three. Actually, if it's a best of three, I already won. But just
The best
three.
of here would be over.
Just a triple. What map? I'll match you picked last time, so.
I don't care.
Troll cut no. Which one I haven't played in a while? Skilled? Is that a good one? That's not a good one.
It's the largest map in the
Yeah,
game.
that's the giant one. Oakenhammer. That's one I haven't played in a while, actually. Surprisingly
It's
enough.
boring.
Okay,
But
fine.
okay.
Boring. That's okay. No, I'll change it. Mosquito swamps. There you go. Right, pick on three.
Yeah, at least it looks a bit better.
3, 2, 1. Pick.
Wait, I don't have that
Ah,
action here.
just quickly. I'll do something else.
Okay, yeah, just go to Beastman. What do I want to play?
Just say when you're ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. Pick. Ooh.
Great.
Another count. Oh. I actually don't play this matchup from the Dark Elf perspective very often. So I don't...
I mean, you don't play this matchup at all because I don't play this faction.
I don't know even what Lord I bring. I mean, I know there's only 2 options, but... I'll go this, maybe. I'm bringing something different.
I have no idea. I don't play Coast Warriors anymore, so
I'm going to do something a bit different.
we'll do box.
No. That's not different. Let's go. Ooh, I loaded in faster than you this time. You're getting slow in your old age.
I think I just loaded up the stream as extreme.
Is he still
I'll play
streaming?
some
Playing
Left
for
4 Dead
Dead,
afterwards.
He's still streaming, is he? I thought he
Yeah.
stopped at 8.
Dread spears.
I'd play some Left 4 Dead afterwards, so...
Cold-blooded
Alright.
killers. Dread spears.
I think we'll probably call it after this one.
We are ready.
Very similar model number.
Dread spears. Eager for battle.
What does that mean? I mean, I'm elf, so I always have a small armor.
Shades.
Yeah, but I mean, your model count isn't really small, so...
It's a super small, correct.
Battle ready. Shades. Taruki. Dark elves. We are ready. Nagarothi. Bolt throwers.
Sorceress of Grun!
Ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm just deciding what groups to put on.
Dark elves.
Oh, you went Hell Cannon. As I thought you might.
Good.
Why is my
Spooky.
skirmish units always in melee mode?
Carnage awaits. Onwards to
So what else
murder.
do you have? You got Archeon with 2 Exalted Heroes.
Yeah, I figured
that's
I'd
great.
chase around Morathi, but when you said you were doing something different, I
Chariots.
expected you to bring another lord.
Were you sniping my
Blessed
stream?
one.
for when I had Marathi.
Oh, you said something different. I figured Morathi
No, it would
or
be different.
like and both could probably be dealt with by the exalted
I mean,
heroes.
it's
So.
Malice.
And then you said something different, so I figured you would probably change up the lord or something.
Striking out.
I don't know if the
Without
Ultras are something different though.
I bought them just for the Hell Cannon, pretty much. Exclusively.
Yeah, I mean, you have to you have to respect the canon.
Respect the cannon choice. By countering it.
Your army is really, really small.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, where are the shades, Willow?
You only just figured that out. It's a Dark Elf army. Of course it's got shades.
Moving out.
You're like, it's a really small army. Where's all the ranged units? What could be a stealth ranged unit that Dark Elves bring?
On to
I wonder.
bolt throwers.
There they are, okay.
Lord of the Hag. Attack. Great spears. Druki. Onward. We are ready. By Cain. Suffering for all. Withdraw. Move. Going. Carnage awaits. Forward.
Going.
Soulless. Forward. Advancing. Destroy. Dealers in death. Dark Elves. Cold Ones. Nagarothi. By Drakira.
Sister of the Dark Convent.
Immediately.
Advance.
No, move. I said move, run. Okay, it's fairly alright.
Merciless warriors. Hack. Cut. Advance. Druki. Druki. Forward. Battle ready. Bolt throwers. Bloody murder. To destruction. Forward. I go forth. Dark blade. Withdraw. Suffering for all. By Cain. Cold Ones. To destruction. Going. Slaughter them. Slay them.
No missiles.
Dread Knight! Die, scum! My blade hungers! Moving out! Druki, forward! Eager for battle! Murder awaits! Shades! Slay them! Death! I will
Malice
kill!
versus Arceus.
Dealers in death!
Do you have
Onwards
Slayer
to
of Kings?
murder! Understood!
Yes.
Dark
That's a
blade.
solid yes right there.
I will kill!
Still like my chance.
Dealers in death! The merciless host! Advance! Druki! Make them bleed! Onward! Tyrant of battle! To their graves! Understood. Blood will flow! For hag grief! Carnage awaits! To destruction! Death! Demon!
Oh, there's more
vow.
horsemen.
Pull back! Onwards to murder!
No, they're the same, you just didn't chase them off.
No, yeah, no, I just didn't
Moving
forgot about
out!
him.
Onward! Going! Scourge! Carnage! Onward! Who's fast? Suffering for all! The
No,
merciless
not
host.
cast.
Dread spears! Advancing! Cold Ones! Following orders! Advancing! Slaughter! Murder awaits! Advance, Druki! Die, weaklings! Druki!
The amount of characters Arcane gets beaten by in melee is actually disgusting for...
So for the Ever Chosen,
Yeah.
getting beaten by some guy possessed by a demon. Hasn't even unleashed the demon yet.
Yeah, it's just this...
Shades! The merciless host! Death! Going, as you say. We understand.
Oh my god, you was full unit.
Shades! Going!
I was wondering where the bounty was coming from.
Yeah, I don't know where they went actually. Like, I
They
have no
probably
idea
chased
where they
something.
went.
Was there something that we chased off there?
I don't think so, no.
Maybe a
We just-
Red Spear unit, I think.
Blighted one! Massacre! Druki, forward! Battle
anyway.
ready, as you say.
look at some values. Oh, we had some really good value from Malice there. We hit on the Ever Chosen and Exalted Heroes. Good value from the Shades. Bolt throwers did okay. I mean, how much are bolt throwers? Like 900?
700?
Oh, yeah, only 700. So they got the value. Even if, because how much was the Soul and Damnation? Like 1,000.
Yeah, the Soft Nation was a dumb pick.
Nah, it was a risky pick. If I hadn't have brought bolt throwers, it would have worked out.
Yeah, it would have broke, but if you didn't break both
But I
those,
just brought them pretty much exclusively for the chance of a Hell Cannon. Because if you don't, we can get punished quite easily. Yeah. Alright then. That will be it for today's session. Just some miscellaneous battles to throw into the mix while we wait for the DLC. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.